So many women want to know why men cheat, can they change, and what makes them change. We about to dive right into it.
Make me feel complete. Years older, you got me years older. Baby, you're all that I need. No one can be what you mean to me. Boy, I know you need this.
And really, we think we know. We think we know that y'all just physical beings and y'all trying to get your rocks off, and a girl presented herself. It was easy. It was convenient. You needed something extra. You were lacking in the bedroom, right? Women have even doubted themselves, like, dang, I should have gave him some more. Dang, I should have been there, for him a little bit more. But I think it's more to it.
Yeah.
Tell me, just break it down for us. Where we starting? Let's talk about these cheating men.
First off, I have to give a disclaimer. Cheating is not okay.
All right.
And I'm not making an excuse for a man cheating. I am strictly giving insight and information and providing understanding to women on why this happens and what to kind of look for so that they're prepared, so that they're not wasting their time in trying to find love.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Just get into it. I'll get triggered.
Okay. So the first thing we have to look at is the history of men's perception of women. Because so much of our value and a measure of a man is in the amount of women he can accomplish, in the amount of women he can lay down with. We've done it for sport for so long that this has become a common practice for us. With our friends, with our families, with everything that has been passed down from generation to generation. And any man that is capable with confidence and just a little bit of charisma has played this game.
So that makes me think about, is there any way that one woman can fulfill that void? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's doing all the things. She's pursuing you. She's loving on you. She's telling you you're fine. She's feeding that ego. But you've been playing this sport for so long. You've already conquered this one woman. She's put a stamp on her. It's yours, right? How does one woman fill that void?
It's tough. It's a timing thing. It's also where he is emotionally, where he is in his maturity, and where he is in his evolution. But it's extremely difficult because so long we've played this game. This is where we have built confidence. This is where we seek validation. And so when you have grown through all of these stages of life playing this game that helps you feel more like a man, it's extremely tough to retire your jersey and put it up in the rafters and say, I am not doing so much of what I feel like makes me a man.
So is it layers to that? Like, is it more than just that woman? Like,
We're going deep.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, a guy who's always been on top financially, climbing the corporate ladder, or even closing deals, when that stops, or when they retire, or when their stock in their career drops, does the women validation have to go up to fill that void too? Like, how does that work?
So much of why you all go crazy is because you all believe it is something that you can do to make us not cheat.
Lord Jesus.
And it absolutely has nothing to do with you at all.
Poor Rose.
Or better yet, it has nothing to do with your actions, okay? And so let's move on to the second part of this, where there are two types of guys that cheat. The first guy is the guy that cheats on a one-off, on an occasion, on an incident. The next guy cheats and has full-on affairs, ongoing relationships. So the first one we need to dive into, the one that engages in full-on relationships. This guy is extremely insecure. He's very selfish, but more than selfish, he's insecure. And if you're in a relationship with this guy, it's almost impossible to save that relationship. because there's so many layers to why this guy is not worthy. And the first thing is he's prioritizing his time and his safe space with this other woman over you. So his laughs, his thoughtful ideas all go to her. The other thing is that he will discount his relationship with you. He will discount it to her, which is extremely corny and disloyal.
Yeah.
Because he's either saying she's nothing like you, she doesn't understand me, or I'm going to leave her. Yet and still, he comes back home.
Woo! Listen, ladies.
And the last thing, which is the most dangerous, is that this guy has lost so much control through his actions and through his emotions that he lacks the self-control to even maintain this relationship in a box. There is no boundaries to this relationship. And the other reason this guy is dangerous is that if he doesn't lack the self-control, he doesn't care about your relationship anyway.
I think before we even dive into that guy, little PSA to the ladies. It ain't you, it's him. If he is cheating on you, you can't be internalizing why he feels insecure or why he feels unfulfilled or why he feels like he got to share himself all around. It's not you.
That's right.
So don't take this and make yourself so insecure or make yourself so bitter because the opportunity to find love with a guy that is not like him is still available to you. And I feel like women after a breakup, sometimes you find yourself in years of self-doubt, self-hatred, trying to figure out what did I do or what could I have done differently. And that self-awareness is amazing. It's amazing. Don't lose it. But at the same time, know that you could have been doing all of the things right, all of the things he said that he needed, all of the things that you know fulfills him and makes him smile, and he's still checking for little whatever, Becky.
Yeah. And so this guy you have to run from because the instability, the volatility, and just the sure waste of time will lock up your life and you will never ever find your happiness or your potential person.
Now I got just a super controversial statement, and I'm so sorry if y'all gonna beat me up in the comments, but I'm gonna say it.
Come on.
I believe that a lot of people who have experienced infidelity, especially in marriage, are just trying to figure out if it can still work. And I believe that guy, it cannot work with. No. If your husband decides to pursue a relationship with someone outside of the home, even if it was only for 3 months, even if it was only for 2 whole weeks, it's done. He was looking for something more than a convenience and proximity to the kitty cat. Okay.
Yeah.
He was looking for someone to fill a void in him that you could never. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that if your husband had a relationship with somebody else, y'all know I don't use the D word, but it's time, okay? If it was a one-off, if it was, a co-worker, late bar drinks, we were at a hotel overnight, it was just their type of thing, yes, you got some things to work on. Yes, this is wrong. Yes, he has some making up to do. He has some trust to rebuild, all of the things. But can you get past that? I think that you can.
I think that is a possibility there, but we got to dive deeper into that too.
All right, let's
go.
go.
You brought it up, the one-off guy.
Yeah.
The guy that may have a one-off incident or a one-off occurrence. This guy is still selfish.
Yeah, for sure.
He may not be insecure just because this has been so much of who he is. This is a common practice for him that it's like shooting your layups before a game. This is just a part of the DNA and the makeup of what a man is. And so I might get in trouble for saying this, but a good guy can still cheat. And I'll bring it full circle later on in the episode. But this guy has ego. Because one thing we have to understand about ego is that the ego always wants more. And it is never, ever satisfied.
And that's so good because ego and pride and all of these things are one. These are within you. This is for you. This is all about you. In marriage, you become one with that other person. So it has to be death to the ego, death to pride on both sides. Because the ego is a beast.
Yeah.
You have to continuously feed that beast. You might have deposited a little ego when you got your master's. Yeah. Then you deposit a little bit more when your business took off. And then you deposit a little bit more once you got married, right? Okay. Where the deposits at?
Yeah.
And so when you become one, that ego has to die. Yeah. You have to die to self. And ego is all about one and being internally what's going on with you only. So if a guy gets rid of ego, is he still cheating, or is that the only reason? Like, why is a man cheating on his wife?
Well, let's address that there are two women that get cheated on.
Oh, Lord.
The first woman is a woman that a man loves. And he can love her quite a bit. He could even love her very much. And it's just simply because he just sees it as an action and an opportunity for something superficial. Does it make it okay? Does it make it all right? No. But the second woman is the woman that I see more times than anything else. It's the woman who has always been there. But he doesn't choose the woman because she's always been there. He settles for the woman because she is consistent, she's constant, she's convenient, and she's comfortable. And that is the woman that he typically ends up with, but he never makes the effort to grow or evolve into another space that will take him out of his past practices of what he has always done, of what he's been comfortable doing, what has made him confident and feeling like a man. So that woman, even though she's probably a really good woman, she's going to finish last.
See, the final C to that equation, I think, is crazy. Show them you're crazy, ladies. Stop being so dang uncomfortable and let them do anything.
Yeah.
Show him a little bit of crazy and a little feisty to that, and then he'll know if he can play with you or not, okay? And if he know he can't play with you and he know he don't want you like that, he gonna leave you alone.
Yeah.
But if he really do want you,
yeah,
now y'all got some feistiness in there in that relationship, a little passion.
You kind of asked the question indirectly on why does a good guy cheat?
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. It doesn't mean that he doesn't care about you. It doesn't mean that he wouldn't die for you. But it does mean that he does not value you and he does not honor you.
I hear that a man that will die for you does not automatically mean that he will live for you.
That's right.
Right? So you jump in front of a bullet for me. Okay, thank you, Superman, right? Yeah. But I need you to live for me. Yeah. And a part of living for me means that I am enough for you. We cannot measure our worthiness by him living for us. And that's something that we have to constantly dive into and really pull apart. Our worthiness is innate, meaning it's already in us at birth. God gave you your worthiness, not this man and not the next man, right? So instead of looking at, what did I do, or how could I fix this, or how do I bring this back home, or how do I forgive him for these actions, don't put that side by side with your worthiness for simple respect. Yeah. Because keeping your thing in your pants is a simple respect and trust bond that is so strong and holds us together in our unity. And for somebody to say, but my ego is stronger, or my willingness to lay down my hat at this game, or step outside of this cat and mouse game of chasing women is stronger. It is a powerful statement. It is a powerful thing, and it is something that is worth separating for.
Because if a man values you and he honors you, he is not willing to lose you. A total mindset shift occurs where growth and evolution allows him to see that I have to assess all of these risks and see, is it worth it? Are these risks worth losing the person that I value and honor?
Do you have time to even assess those risks when it is a one-off, when it is a convenience thing, when it is a,
That's right.
just a opportunity
Yeah.
to hit a baddie?
No.
Do you even have that mental capacity and that time to be like, this baddie, oh my life?
Yeah. There's two directions you can go with that, right? Let's go to the first direction of the guy that gets caught cheating in the one-off. That guy can and will change. But he will not change for anybody. He will only change for one woman. It is the one to him. And he almost has an epiphany in the moment or in that season of, oh my God, I cannot believe I almost lost her. And then his life flashes before his eyes. And then he sees that, oh no, I do value her,
Yeah.
but I have not been honoring her. And so I have to make the changes and evolve in such a way that I put things in place that I do not allow any other risk to come in this place or come into this relationship and potentially ruin the best thing I have going. So that's the one guy that gets caught up.
Okay.
And he only changes for one woman,
Okay.
for the one for him.
Okay.
The other one, he's seen outside. He's been able to learn from other people's losses.
Okay.
And he has grown to understand what's truly at stake. He understands that cheating with another woman ultimately gives her power over his relationship and gives her bragging rights over you. When he's been able to learn from all of these lessons, assess the damages that have been done from guys that have come before him and that has been going on for decades and decades and decades, he says, it's not worth putting my relationship to chance for something that I just think is superficial and I'm just trying to be in and out of that anyway.
Right. So for me, I feel like a fulfilled woman doesn't even see another man, right? Like he could be fine, smelling good, all the things. And it's like you in your head are like, dang, he'd be good for Cara.
Yeah.
You're not even in that space of connecting with them where I even have to go to that extreme, right?
Yeah.
But I know that it's different for men. Can men get to that space?
Yeah, I think we have to go back into the history of it as well and saying that men coming up, we never fantasized about a wedding like you guys did. You guys wanted the long white dress and the wedding and the tall, dark, and handsome guy. We never dreamt about that. I wasn't kicking it with my homeboy saying, man, I can't wait till I get old so I can get married. I never said anything like that. But you know what was said? Bet you can't get her number. I bet you can't get shorty. Man, she out of your league. Oh, bet? Okay, cool. That has been always going on. So when I come into a relationship and I sit back and I value you and I'm looking at you and this is hitting different and I'm feeling different, so much so that I'm evolving to be what you need because you're worth it to me. You're worthy of that.
Yeah.
And I'm not willing to mess that up. Okay. And I think that's the mindset shift that happens in order for a man to get away from his past practices and to step into what really matters. Because once we step in here, it's like taking a blue pill in the Matrix where everything makes sense.
Yeah.
And outside looks dirty and filthy. And I don't even want to go back out there.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I have this final question. The things that we think, right, women, we're like, oh, you're not getting enough, or you're not being fulfilled sexually or something. Is that also a reason to cheat? Because I feel like women will just start packing out that drawer.
Yeah.
Little Rose in there. We done named Frank and Jimmy and Bobby too. Like the role that'll start filling up before we step out if we're a good woman.
Right.
But for men, if you're not being sexually fulfilled, is that something that can deter the course of action for a good man?
Let's go back. A good man will and can cheat. The only thing that saves him from cheating is him valuing and honoring his woman. And if he's in a position and has been able to see his woman for all that she's worth, he's going to make a constant effort because he's also chosen her. And typically, from what I've seen, a man that values, honors, and chose his woman from the get-go, she's making an effort too. That's typically what I've always seen, right?
Yeah.
With all of that in the equation where this brother has value, chosen, and honors her, she's typically on the receiving end and she's on the effort end as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's toast. So I got to toast to the ladies, and I have to bring in one thing that we didn't say, but I'm reading this book by Mel Robbins called Let Them, and she says that we are hardwired to gravitate towards instant and immediate positive benefits, right? And what I'm hearing for the men who are stepping out is that the positive benefit is what they have to deposit into their mind through every decision that they make. But one thing I need you to know is that there are predators. There are guys that are just out here trying to play the game, trying to see who they could snag real quick, right? And there are guys that will never be fulfilled by one woman. He's constantly in relationship after relationship and they on top of each other. Beware of those predators. But a good man will choose you, and he will not measure your worthiness by how much you're putting out or how much sex is being provided. It will be measured on your value in his life and you guys becoming one. So get it out your head that it's you. It's not you. It's him, and he needs to deal with his insecurities. So as long as you are holding true to your value and knowing your worth and keep your eyes out for those predators, you'll be able to find love. Cheers.
We are finally here at season 2, and we could not have done it without any of you.
We're talking all stages of relationships, from dating to courting to marriage to reaching that forever status.
We are bringing all the true stories to the forefront, and guess what? This year, we're coming back bigger, better, and stronger, and it's all because of all of you.
So stay tuned for what we're going to do next. We are on all platforms at I Am Finding Love, and be sure to subscribe to our website at IamFindingLove.com.
And do not forget, tune in each and every Friday as you keep asking us questions and we keep delivering the answers.
Baby, you're all that I need. No, I can be what you mean to me. Make me feel complete. It's OD, you got me, it's OD. Baby, you're all that I need. No, I can be what you mean to me.